Welcome back, everybody. So we are doing our final video on grief. And this is, I don't know what to call it, if it's a healing method, a ritual, ceremony, however you choose to look at it. Really, the semantics of it don't matter. It's fairly straightforward. And sometimes in life, we are not allowed or given the opportunity to say goodbye to our loved ones for a variety of reasons. Sometimes bodies are not recovered. Sometimes we can't make it to the wake or the funeral. There's souls depart on their own terms, and the people around them do what they can or what they feel is best in order to process their grief. And sometimes that means that the people around them don't always get to say that final goodbye. They don't always get the closure that they are hoping for. And sometimes I think there is a lesson around that. And what that lesson is will pretty much vary depending on the family, the situation, and what's going on. I think, let me adjust the camera. I think it's safe to say that probably the biggest lesson we are all meant to learn when something like that happens is to say the things that we need to say before it's too late. That is the key thing, I think. Call the person, check up on them, let them know they're loved, let them know they're cared about, let them know they're thought about, that they are not alone. Let them know how special they are. Make amends if this is someone that you have lost contact with. Repair bridges so that when the time comes, the guilt, the remorse, the regret, and the shame don't take over. Sometimes it's just the idea of just needing to know the person died peacefully and that they aren't here anymore. But regardless of how it happens, I think there is just a lesson to be learned, because I know it's happened a few different ways in my own life where there were lessons and acknowledgments that needed to be made. And that the souls that it took part in, they parted on their terms, and they got their wish in the end. One of my friends had told me, who had passed, he wasn't so much a lover, he was a companion of mine, and he passed very unexpectedly. And he had said to me, he's like, I do not want you to ever meet my family. And I was hell-bent to go to his funeral. I never made it to the funeral because I kept taking wrong turns, and I just remember pulling over, half crying, half laughing, because he got his wish. So just understand that if you don't make it to the wake or the funeral, if you are not given the option to go because the family has closed ceremonies or whatever, there's a reason for that. And it is the intervention of the soul, the ancestors, whoever is at work, that this is what they ultimately wanted. This is their decision, and they are departing on their terms. Take that how you will. So how do you get over that when that happens? Because the way this was explained to me by a death doula at a death cafe, a friend of mine was running one at the retreat. This is what she does for as part of her business. And for those who don't know, a death doula is someone that helps someone who is in the act of actively dying, so someone who is terminally ill or is unwell, to help them prepare so that there are no loose ends on their part for when they pass. But it is also to help the living when this person passes. Is all the paperwork in order? Are all the burial arrangements made? Or is it clear where they want to be buried? Any medical needs that need to be met? Do they have an advocate? How do they want to be remembered? What is the legacy that they want to have? all of those things are addressed through this process for both the person who is actively transitioning and for the people who will be left behind. That's how she runs it. Now, I don't know if everyone else does. And that's essentially what a death cafe is. It's a bunch of questions centered around that. Like, are you basically, if something, God forbid, should happen, are you prepared? And that is, that was basically the crux of it. Some people might be able to explain it a little better than that, but that's the best I can do. I went in a little apprehensive, not knowing what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised. But not everyone is going to have access to that. And I think that was part of the reason why I've gone through some of the stuff I've gone through in my own life and brought up this question of what happens when you don't get to say goodbye, when you are not given that option, or it's taken from you through circumstances far beyond your control. And this is what you can do. So please understand that some people in your family will be wholeheartedly on board with this, and others might not be comfortable with it. It's not a very woo-woo type of thing. Like, I know some of the stuff on holistic channels, this channel included, sometimes it can be a little out there for some people. This is a little bit more mundane, a little bit more within the realm of the norm, because it's very simplistic, but it's also deeply healing. And if you've ever watched movies or cartoons or TV shows where someone has to sneak out and they'll stuff the bed with pillows to make it look like someone's sleeping there, that's basically what you're doing for this rite of passage, ceremony, yada, whatever. You make a pillow person. So you commandeer a spare bedroom and you make a pillow person. Should you choose to use a picture of the person for the head, you can. If not, just pull the covers up over their head and make it look like someone is sleeping or there's a body there. And you can either, as a family group, stand around and all of you say your goodbyes, say all the things that were left unsaid. And what this does is it allows the soul to catch up and to process and to release, because you are a soul in a human body, and your soul is kind of split into two parts in this existence. Part of your soul is here inhabiting this physical form, and the other part is still part of the collective. That's your higher self, or maybe the God consciousness, if you will. But your soul coexists in two places at once. And I think it's the soul that is part of the living body that has the problem processing that grief and loss. And when you're not allowed to say goodbye, it has a problem kind of catching up, because it's like, but, well, that person's still here, aren't they? No, they're not here. Oh, that's right, they're not here. Oh, okay. Well, why aren't they here? Are we sure they're not here? So it allows for that closure for the mind, the body, and the soul to all be on the same page. That no, this person is not here. And now we have the ability to say goodbye to them. And that's basically what it is. Now, it was suggested that I think these are candles that are used in the Jewish tradition when they sit Shiva. It's a 24-hour candle. And you can get one of those and you can light it, and you can, if it takes 24 hours, you can leave it lit in honor of the person. You can blow it out after a couple of hours or an hour or so. It's up to you. If you have family that is scattered about that want to take part in this, you can keep relighting it every time you redo this. If, just however it works out. If you are not all able to get together because you're scattered, maybe across the country or across the globe, I can think of two different ways to do this. You might have to kind of finagle it a little bit as to what's best for you and your family, but you can set up the pillow person, set up a webcam, and have people just hop on and off the call to say their goodbyes, say their piece, and leave, or just sit. Or you can have a photo of the person up and have everyone talk to the photo, saying their goodbyes, saying their piece, kind of acknowledging this is our final hurrah, our final send-off. If you have both, if you have people that can be together in one space, but maybe you have people that are just, they're not able to make it, you could have people in the room saying goodbye, and then you could have like a webcam, a computer, laptop, however you choose to do this, phone, laptop, whatever, and just have them say goodbye. You could even just set up a private live stream if that's possible, where people can just sit and watch and say goodbye on their own terms in their own space. So figure out what works best for you and your family or your friends, and the best way that you can do that. And that's simply all it is. If for whatever reason you need to do this over a period of time, you could get either multiple 24-hour candles and light them and blow them out as you see fit. If you absolutely have to, you might be able to get a white 7-day Wiccan, like the 7-day candles that are often used in Wicca for like certain rituals. You could try one of those. Just make sure it's put someplace safe at night, like on a hearth, in a bathtub, in a sink, so that if something happens, you don't end up with a catastrophe. The other option is, I don't know how long they burn for. I don't know if they're longer or shorter than the 24-hour candles, but those like pillar saint candles, like it's a clear glass jar. It's generally a white candle, maybe sometimes it's red, but it has like the Blessed Mother. It has an image of Jesus. You could have a saint on it. You could try using those candles if you feel that is more fitting for you. I feel like that's going to predominantly be probably among the Roman Catholics and the Orthodox churches. I could be wrong. So you could also use those as well if you see fit. The 7-day candle is what was suggested to me by my friend. I'm kind of giving you other options depending on the length of time you're looking at, or if you feel that you would rather have a holy image, call in, the healing, the blessings of Jesus or the Blessed Mother or whoever, the person had a patron saint to watch over everyone, to help everyone to heal, and to help, maybe ease the passage of their soul just a little bit more on the other side. That is also an option. And that's really all it is. And then once it's done, you just break everything down. If you want to have coffee, cake, cookies, a meal, whatever afterwards, or if everybody just goes home. I'm a little torn personally if this is something that should be done as a group or if it should be done individually. That is something else, again, that you have to decide on your own terms for you and what is best for you and your family. Some people may not mind sharing in a group. Some people may want a private moment alone with the body to really unload. One of the things that we were told too is you don't offer the crying person a tissue, because to do that means to say, I don't want to see your tears. I was a little conflicted about that, to be honest, because I'm like, but if the person's nose is running, they probably want to wipe their nose. Do with that what you will. But the idea in that is that to let the person just sit in their grief. Sit with their tears, sit with their grief, the anger, the denial, whatever it is that they're feeling, to acknowledge it, to feel it, and hopefully to release it and move on. Because that's what you want. You want this to be a healing ritual. You want this to help everyone to heal and move on, or at least start to heal. It's not going to be an overnight thing, but it can at least grant them the closure that they have been looking for to progress and to heal. So that's that. It's really very simple. It's just a matter of how you choose to work it for your individual family and your friends. I don't remember if I said this earlier. I've refilmed this video like 4 times. Twice the computer kept cutting out on me because I wasn't saying it right. I wasn't giving enough love and honor to the ancestors, and they let me know. The 3rd time the mic was off. So this is my 4th time filming this. Hasn't cut out, so I'm doing something right. And the mic is on. But I will say that if you have family members that are very reluctant to do this or just flat out refuse, leave them be. Let them process on their terms if they're going to process. If not, let them do their own thing. They may eventually come around at a later date, so you may need to repeat this, but acknowledge the fact that right out of the gate when you pose this, some people may not be open to the idea. They might think it's a little strange. Do it for the ones who want to do it. Do it for the ones who want the closure and the peace, and then let the others kind of process in their own way, in their own time. They may never choose to take part in this. Some of them may maybe do it for themselves. They may take it and do it privately. Maybe they'll just sit and talk to a picture instead of coming. So let the people that want to do it, let them take part. The people that don't, let them deal with it and handle their grief on their terms in their time. So I hope that this video and that this method, ceremony, ritual, again, however you want to call it, will bring you the peace that you so desperately are looking for or need, however and whenever this video finds you. That is my ultimate goal, and part of the reason why I wanted to share it is that if I have gone through it at least 3 times in my 40 years on this earth, then there are people that have probably, also gone through this. And not everyone is gifted with mediumship or the ability to talk, although you can all do it, but some people, no, we're gonna take that out. I just hope that this will grant everyone the closure that they seek and that they need, and the healing to move forward, because that's what we want. We want to move forward in our healing journey. So I wish you the very best, my friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye.